everyone, welcome back to PlayGrid Sports Podcast presented by Amazon Music. Okay, Sarah, so here's something to think about. Rory Harmon is the only player in NCAA history to have at least 1,500 points, 900 assists, 600 rebounds and 350 steals. That's not just impressive, it's historic. Today, we're diving into her incredible journey with the Texas Longhorns and what makes her such a transformative figure in college basketball.
That's exactly the kind of stat that stops you in your tracks. It's not just about the numbers, though, is it? There's this whole story of leadership, resilience, and legacy that makes her career so fascinating. Where do we even begin?
Let's start with Sunday night after Texas's 42-point win over Oregon in the NCAA tournament. It was their 44th consecutive home victory, setting a school record. But the real story wasn't the win. It was the farewell. Vic Schaefer, the head coach, grabbed the mic to honour Rory Harmon, who had just played her last game in front of the home crowd. The emotion in that moment was palpable.
Oh, absolutely. Schaefer's words really hit home when he said, "There's not enough time out here today to talk about it. You just gotta know how special it's been." And the fans, nearly 9,000 of them on their feet, chanting her name. It's clear she's more than just a player to this program. She's the heart of it.
What's even more remarkable is how far this program has come during her time there. Rory talked about her freshman year when they were playing across the street at the old Frank Irwin Center with only about 2,000 fans showing up. Fast forward 5 years and she's leading a team that's packing the stands and setting records. That's a transformation she's been at the center of.
And to think this almost didn't happen. She was so close to committing to Baylor. If it weren't for her mom's instinct to wait and see what unfolded and Schaefer's timely hire at Texas, we might be telling a completely different story right now.
Exactly. When Schaefer came on board, he promised her the chance to build a legacy. And Rory, in her own words, said, "Let me be the one at the bottom that can help the foundation." That kind of humility and vision from a top recruit is rare. She wasn't just thinking about her own career, she was thinking about the bigger picture.
And now, 5 years later, she's leaving as a Longhorns legend. She's not just the cornerstone of the program's rebuild, she's arguably the best point guard in Texas history. But what really stands out to me is the role she's played in one of the toughest positions in college basketball, being Vic Schaefer's point guard.
Oh, for sure. Sydney Carter, the assistant coach, summed it up perfectly when she said, "Everything is your fault." As the point guard in Schaefer's high-intensity system, you're not just running the offense, you're anchoring the defense, setting the tone for the entire team. It's a role that demands toughness, and Rory has embodied that from day one.
And Schaefer's description of her impact, that quote about her picking opponents up at the city limits and showing them the door when the game is over, that's such a vivid way to capture her relentlessness. She's not just tough, she's relentless.
And her stats back that up. She's Texas's all-time leader in steals and assists, started 152 games and played 600 more career minutes than anyone else in the program's history. And then there's the NCAA record. 1,500 points, 900 assists, 600 rebounds and 350 steals. It's not just impressive, it's historic.
What's just as impressive, though, is how she's influenced the players around her. Take Madison Booker, for example. She's a superstar in her own right, but she credits Rory for inspiring her to work harder and play with more intensity. That's leadership in action.
It really is. And it's not just about what Rory does on the court. It's her personality, her work ethic, her passion. She's created a culture within the team that's contagious. Players want to play defense because they see her doing it. That's rare.
And let's not forget her resilience. When she tore her ACL in 2023, it could have been a devastating setback. But instead of letting it define her, she used that time to mentor Booker. And to grow as a player and a leader, she came back wiser with an even higher basketball IQ.
That injury was a turning point. It gave her a new perspective on the game and on Schaefer's coaching style. She started to see his methods for what they were, ways to push the team to be better. It's like she cracked the code on his motivational strategies.
And since then, the team has been on fire. 10 straight wins, including a dominant victory over South Carolina to win the SEC tournament. It's clear that this team is peaking at the right time, and Rory is at the center of it all.
What's amazing is how she's evolved her game to fit the team's needs. She's taking fewer shots this season, focusing more on setting up her teammates. It's not about her, it's about the team. That selflessness is a big part of why they're so successful right now.
And it's also why she's so beloved. That moment on Sunday when Schaefer put her back in the game so the crowd could give her a proper send-off was so special. You could see how much it meant to her and to him. Their relationship is something unique.
It is. Schaefer even said she's made him a better coach, a better husband, a better father. That's not something you hear every day. It speaks to the depth of their connection and the impact she's had on him personally.
And now they've got one last mission together, chasing a national championship. You can feel the determination in Rory's words. She wants to leave it all on the court, to be remembered as a fighter who never backed down.
And beyond basketball, she's already thinking about her future, pursuing a master's degree in sport management, dreaming of becoming a general manager. It's clear she's got big plans. She's not just a player, she's a leader, a visionary.
That's what makes her so special. She's not just leaving a legacy on the court. She's setting an example for what it means to be a Longhorn, to embody the values of hard work, passion, and resilience.
And, you know, when Carter said her jersey should be in the rafters, I couldn't agree more. Rory Harmon has changed this program. She's the best point guard to ever play at Texas, and she's one of the best players in the history of the program.
No doubt about it. And as they head into the Sweet 16, you can't help but root for them. Whether they win it all or not, Rory's impact will be felt for years to come. She's already cemented her place in Texas basketball history.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up, I think the takeaway here is that Rory Harmon's story is about more than basketball. It's about leadership, resilience, and the power of believing in something bigger than yourself. She's a true inspiration.
Well said. Here's to Rory and the Longhorns. Let's see how far they can go.
Welcome, basketball fanatics. Are you ready to witness the future? The NBA landscape is shifting, and the most exciting talent surge isn't just on the horizon, it's here. This is Marcus Thompson, and you're listening to Rookie Watch Live, brought to you by ESPN. Right now, we're cutting through the noise, delivering the definitive end-of-season 2025-26 NBA rookie rankings. Forget what you thought you knew. We've compiled the data, crunched the numbers, and the results are in. Discover who's not just making an impact, but dominating. If you're serious about the NBA, if you want to know who the next legends will be, then you cannot afford to miss this. We're talking about the players who've exceeded expectations, shattered records, and are already shaping their team's destinies. Stay locked in, because the countdown to greatness begins now.
Let's jump straight to the top, where the competition is fierce. At number 1, a player who has redefined rookie impact, Kon Knuppel of the Charlotte Hornets. He isn't just good for a rookie, he's been one of the best players in the entire league this season. Knuppel leads all rookies in offensive net points by a mile, ranking 11th league-wide, right alongside all-stars like Anthony Edwards and Jalen Brunson. Leading the league in total three-pointers made? That's not just hype. That's production. And at number 2, the phenom himself, Cooper Flagg from the Dallas Mavericks. Averaging a staggering 20.3 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.6 assists, Flagg joins an elite club of only 7 rookies in NBA history to hit those numbers. Luka Doncic, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Oscar Robertson, Elgin Baylor. This isn't just promising, it's Hall of Fame level trajectory. You're witnessing history in the making. Don't just hear about it later. Get the exclusive insights right here, right now. The top three wouldn't be complete with VJ Edgecombe of the Philadelphia 76ers, holding strong at number 3. This young star has not only contributed across the board, but he's also weathered the grueling NBA season, averaging an incredible 35 minutes per game, a feat few rookies achieve. His improved jump shot, playmaking, and defensive contributions mean he's poised to form a potent backcourt with Tyrese Maxey for years. This is more than just potential. It's a future all-star in the making. And don't sleep on Dylan Harper from the San Antonio Spurs, surging to number 4. After a mid-season dip, Harper has exploded, even earning his first start. His three-point percentage is ticking up, and lineups with him, Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama, a jaw-dropping plus 34.5 net rating. These aren't just players, they're foundational pieces for contending teams. Tune in now to understand why their impact is far greater than the stat sheet alone might suggest.
Rounding out our top 5, Cedric Coward of the Memphis Grizzlies is a true 3-and-D wing, a strong debut season with 13.4 points and 6.2 rebounds. His beautiful shooting form suggests his three-point percentage will only climb. He's a first-team all-rookie lock. At number 6, Colin Murray-Boyles of the Toronto Raptors. Just back from injury, his defensive versatility and size make him a high-floor, long-term rotation player, even contributing as a small-ball center on a veteran team. That's an immediate impact. And at lucky number 7, Derek Queen from the New Orleans Pelicans. Despite hitting the rookie wall post-All-Star break, his mid-season hot streak showed flashes of elite playmaking upside. The potential is undeniable, and his long-term future remains incredibly bright. These players might not grab every headline, but their contributions are vital. Get the inside scoop on their unique paths to success, only on Rookie Watch Live. The depth of this rookie class is truly impressive, and our final 3 prove it. At number 8, Hugo Gonzalez of the Boston Celtics. His individual stats might not scream superstar, but his net rating, a staggering plus 12.6 when he's on the floor, the best mark on one of the NBA's top teams. That's winning basketball, folks. His energy and defensive prowess are undeniable. Then there's Ryan Kalkbrenner from the Charlotte Hornets at number 9. While his block numbers have dipped, his hyper-efficient 75% true shooting mark is league-leading, and his rim protection remains a significant asset. He's exceeded every expectation. And closing out our top 10, Igor Demon of the Brooklyn Nets. Despite his season-ending injury, Demon shot an incredible 38.5% from 3 on high volume, showcasing advanced passing skills. A truly rare shooting big man. These aren't just names, they're integral parts of their teams. Discover why these players are essential pieces for future success, only here. There you have it, the definitive end-of-season breakdown of the 2025-26 NBA Rookie Rankings. From Con Knoopel's league-leading offense to Cooper Flagg's historic stat lines and the surprising impacts of players like Hugo Gonzalez, this class is rich with talent. Don't be left behind when these players become household names. This comprehensive analysis is your ultimate guide to understanding the next generation of NBA superstars. Want to dig deeper? Head to ESPN.com for the full article, player profiles, and advanced analytics that inform these crucial rankings. Again, that's ESPN.com, where your hunger for NBA insight is always satisfied. Thank you for joining Rookie Watch Live. I'm Marcus Thompson, urging you, don't just watch the game, understand the future.
Hello, everyone. It's good to have you all tuned in. I'm Edith Sharp and will be one of your new co-hosts for the PlayGrid Sports podcast presented by Amazon Music. Let's get into it. The biggest moves from the 2026 NFL free agency cycle have nearly all been made, as 82 of our top 100 free agents have new contracts. And we can already start to think about next year's class. It's important to remember that most top players primed for free agency in 2027 will sign contract extensions long before we reach next March. Players can also be franchise tagged. But for now, let's size up the potential of the 2027 class with the best players who are at least currently slated to hit the open market. Age, positional value, expected future production, and scheme versatility are all factors in making the list. We also included 3 players who received franchise tags this season and some 2023 first-round picks who are eligible for a fifth-year option in 2027. Let's get started with the quarterbacks, led by last season's MVP. Stafford led the NFL with 4,707 passing yards and 46 touchdowns last season and won his first MVP award. A master of pocket movement, he can throw fastballs to every level in Coach Sean McVay's system. Stafford will turn 39 next February, and if he continues to play, the tape tells us he can still produce at a high level. Mayfield pairs his aggressive throwing mentality with the ability to scramble and make plays outside of structure. His numbers dipped last season despite a strong start, but he threw for 4,500 yards and 41 touchdowns in 2024. Mayfield's savvy play style is contagious. He battles that if Murray wins the starting job in Minnesota over J.J. McCarthy, there is major opportunity here for him in Coach Kevin O'Connell's system. With a game plan built around Murray's dual threat ability, 5 seasons of 400-plus rushing yards, defined throws, and play-action shots, he could cash in after his one-year deal is up. Tagovailoa is coming off a rough 2024 season in Miami, with 20 touchdown passes and 15 interceptions before he was officially benched ahead of Week 16. But he now joins new coach Kevin Stefanski on a one-year deal in Atlanta. If Tagovailoa is named the starter over Michael Penix Jr., look for Stefanski to lean on his level play-action concepts and cater to the quarterback's timing and rhythm style. One of the league's premier runners, Taylor combines power, vision, and home run juice to rack up big-time production. He led the league with 323 carries and 18 rushing touchdowns last season. His 1,585 rushing yards ranked third. Plus, Taylor can produce as an outlet/underneath target in the passing game, 46 receptions in 2025. Rashee Rice, Kansas City Chiefs Rice, has played in only 12 games over the past 2 seasons due to injuries and a suspension. When on the field, however, he can operate as a volume target on catch-and-run throws. In 3 seasons, 69.8% of Rice's 1,794 receiving yards have come after the catch. Plus, he has the ball skills to win over the top. Christian Watson, Green Bay Packers since entering the league in 2022. Watson has never played a full season due to injuries, but the 2025 tape tells us the arrow could be pointing up for him. With the 4.3 speed and vertical ability to threaten defenses, Watson is a proven target on the boundary, who has averaged 17.3 yards per catch over his career. Tight end Sam Laporta. Detroit Lions, a back injury limited Laporta to 9 games last season. However, he had 146 catches and 17 receiving touchdowns over his first 2 NFL seasons. Those marks ranked 4th most and 2nd most among tight ends, respectively. With the ability to stretch the seams and create favorable matchups from multiple alignments, Laporta is a top 5 tight end when healthy. Tucker Kraft. Green Bay Packers Kraft was amid a breakout season in 2025 before an ACL injury in Week 9. At that point, he had 32 receptions for 489 yards and 6 touchdowns. At 6'5", 259 pounds, Kraft is a physical target in the route tree who can rumble after the catch. T.J. Hawkinson. Minnesota Vikings' a knee injury in 2024 cut Hawkinson's season short, and subpar QB play in 2025 reduced his total production. At his best, Hawkinson should be viewed as a rugged, 3-down tight end who can win in the middle of the field or on seams and corner routes. He had a career-best 95 receptions in 2023. Dallas Goedert. Philadelphia Eagles Goedert is a multi-level target who can produce on manufactured touches in the low red zone. In 2025, his 11 touchdowns were tied for 2nd most in the league despite only 15 appearances. Travis Kelce. Kansas City Chiefs Kelce is back in Kansas City for this upcoming season after catching 76 passes in 2025. His production and overall play speed has declined, but Kelce can still uncover due to his high-level field awareness. We'll see if he continues to play in 2027. Offensive lineman Trent Williams, OT. San Francisco 49ers Williams will turn 38 years old this summer, but he still has ideal tools for an NFL left tackle. He has the power and mobility to win matchups on the edges in both the run and pass game. Williams allowed just 3 sacks last season. His 79.5% run block win rate ranked 6th among offensive tackles. Quentin Nelson, G. Indianapolis Colts Nelson's tone-setting play demeanor would be a fit for any O-line room in the league, and he's still producing high-level tape. His 95.5% pass block win rate ranked 7th among guards last season. Plus, he can easily displace defenders in the run game. Aaron Brewer, C. Miami Dolphins a durable interior presence. Brewer has the foot quickness to match defensive tackles in pass protection and operate in a zone run scheme. Last season, his 96% pass block win rate ranked 6th among centers. Edge rushers Trayvon Walker. Jacksonville Jaguars Walker battled through a wrist injury last season, leading to a decline in his pass rush production, 3.5 sacks. However, he had at least 10 sacks and 40 pressures in both the 2023 and 2024 seasons. If Walker can stay healthy in 2026, the former number 1 overall pick could be a problem off the edges.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the PlayGrid Sports Podcast. Boy, howdy, we have a great show for you today. Did you know that the Dodgers are chasing a three-peat this year, something no National League team has done since the 1940s? That's the kind of history we're talking about as the MLB season kicks off.
That's a huge storyline to start the season, and it's not just the Dodgers making waves. Opening day already gave us a 7-0 Yankees blowout over the Giants, and Max Fried looked like he's already in midseason form.
He really did. 6 1/3 innings, only 2 hits allowed, and he made it look effortless. The Yankees didn't make any big offseason moves, but they didn't need to. They're running it back with a roster that works, and last night proved it. That 5-run second inning, brutal for the Giants.
And for Tony Vitello, what a tough debut as a big league manager. The guy goes straight from coaching college ball at Tennessee to managing the Giants. That's a bold move by Buster Posey and the front office.
Bold is right. Posey's trying to shake things up after years of mediocrity. The Giants have been hovering around .500 for a while now, and they're hoping Vitello's energy can spark something. But when you're up against a guy like Fried on opening day, even the best plans can fall apart.
It's a tough spot for sure. But let's talk about today's games because there's a lot to look forward to. How about that pitching duel between Paul Skeens and Freddie Peralta? That's the kind of matchup that gets fans excited.
Absolutely. Skeens is coming off an NL Cy Young season, and Peralta, who finished 5th in the voting last year, is looking to make a statement with the Mets. He's got a lot to prove, new team, new expectations, and he's pitching for a big free agent contract. The pressure's on.
And the Mets as a whole have a lot to prove after last year's collapse. They've completely overhauled their roster, bringing in Bo Bichette, Marcus Semien, and Luis Robert Jr. They're ranked 6th in the power rankings, and they're looking to show that last year was just a fluke.
It's a fascinating storyline. And then you've got the Pirates on the other side. They had one of the most surprising off seasons, adding veterans like Brandon Lowe, Ryan O'Hearn, and Marcel Ozuna. They're still ranked 22nd, but you've got to give them credit for trying to turn things around.
For sure. And they've got Connor Griffin waiting in the wings. He's the number 1 overall prospect. And when he gets called up, he could make a huge impact. The Pirates are building something, but they're not quite there yet.
Another team with a lot to prove is the Dodgers. They're chasing history this year, trying to become the first National League team to win 3 consecutive World Series titles. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is starting for them tonight, and Shohei Ohtani is set to make his pitching debut on Tuesday. This team is just loaded.
It's almost unfair, isn't it? They didn't just sit back after winning it all last year. They went out and filled their 2 biggest holes, adding Kyle Tucker in left field and Edwin Diaz as their closer. They're ranked number 1 in the power rankings for a reason.
And then there's the Mariners. They came so close last year, falling 1 win short of their first World Series appearance. They're ranked 2nd this year, and they've added Brendan Donovan to an already strong roster. This could be the year they finally break through.
It's going to be fun watching them, and it looks like Cal Raleigh and Randy Arozarena have patched things up after that World Baseball Classic. No handshake drama. Chemistry matters, especially in the postseason, so it's good to see them on the same page.
No doubt.
And how about the Blue Jays? They're coming off that heartbreaking World Series loss to the Dodgers, but they've reloaded in a big way. Dylan Cease, Kazuma Okamoto, Tyler Rogers, Cody Ponce, they're sending a message that they're not going anywhere.
Losing Bo Bichette hurts, but they've done a great job filling the gaps. Cease is a huge addition to their rotation, and Okamoto brings some serious power to the lineup. The Jays are going to be a force in the AL again this year.
And then there's the Tigers. Tarek Skubal is making what might be his last opening day start for Detroit. That arbitration drama was messy, and it feels like he's headed for free agency after the season. But the Tigers had a strong offseason, adding Framber Valdez to their rotation.
Skubal's situation is definitely a cloud hanging over the team, but if they can block out the noise, they've got a chance to contend. Valdez is a great addition, and they've got a solid core to build around.
Another team to watch is the Orioles. They added Pete Alonso and Taylor Ward to their lineup, which already had plenty of pop. They're ranked 12th in the power rankings, but they didn't add any pitching. Do you think that's going to come back to bite them?
It might. You can't win in October without strong pitching, and the Orioles didn't address that need this offseason. But with Alonso and Ward, their offense is going to be fun to watch. If they can outslug their opponents, they'll be in good shape.
And then there's the Red Sox. They had a great offseason, adding Ranger Suarez, Sonny Gray, Johan Oviedo, Wilson Contreras, and Caleb Durbin. They're ranked 9th, and it feels like they're ready to make a run.
Absolutely. The AL East is going to be a dogfight this year, but the Red Sox have the pieces to compete. Their revamped rotation and infield should make them a tough team to beat.
So many storylines, so much baseball to look forward to. Opening day is just the beginning, and I can't wait to see how the season unfolds. Any final thoughts?
Just that this is what makes baseball so special. Every team, every player, every game, it's all part of this incredible tapestry. Here's to a great season ahead.